think you should be.
What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Syndicator coin, so shout out to Robert Jones. If you guys would like to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment your top altcoin below. Otherwise, let's jump right into the cryptocurrency market cap. I'm just going to refresh the market and check out what we're going to look at. So you can see the market cap is $390 billion. We're literally $10 billion away from $400 billion. So we've added like quite a lot of volume to this market very, very, very quickly. Bitcoin dominance still at a low at 38.6%, but over $25 billion of volume has been moved within cryptocurrency within the past 24 hours. And we look at the market and it's just another day of green all across the board, guys. If we look at the blue chips, you'll see Bitcoin is up 6%, Ethereum is up 6%, Ripple up 11 at 90 cents, so it's making moves. Bitcoin Cash up 12, EOS up 17, which is now bumped and took Litecoin spot, Litecoin being number 6, up 5%. Seeing a little bit of volume, around $500 million for Litecoin, so not too bad, not too bad. But before I jump into the analysis, I did want to show you guys something. The fact that we're seeing a lot more volume being pushed into the market, it's having an effect on the news. So when we type in Litecoin news, you'll notice we're seeing a lot of Litecoin price newses, Litecoin courting 10x, Litecoin courting 10x in Corbett, Litecoin news, analysis, all generally crypto prices surge, Bitcoin, more chances to go up. Pornhub needs to accept real top cryptos, but basically as money moves into the market, these are just random clickbait news articles that are pretty much all the same thing, telling us what exactly is happening, how the market's moving, but it's a good indication of how the population and how people feel. It kind of pretty much explains that. So having that Litecoin, it's everybody so positive about Litecoin in the market right now is a good chance that it's going to help overinflate and boost us up. Like you can see, will Litecoin hit $200? What is the value of Litecoin? Why Litecoin will hit? Had lost more than 50% total, but charts are strong return to form. Slumped as low as $100, but we're now at $150. So it's very interesting to see the volume and stuff move up. But just take note that as more positive news articles are coming out, it's affecting the market by allowing more money to flow in. We're literally at $400 billion right now, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's a pretty wild number, 400 billion. I think the highest I've seen it was like maybe 750 billion. So we're more than halfway there. So we just got to keep it up. The prices will go up. So let's just check out Litecoin right now, guys. We are going up. Up, 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 up. You know, when are we going to stop? This is the 4 hour. I guess we're going to go to the 4 hour, daily, and then weekly, and kind of base our views off of that. So looking at this weekly graph right now, the 4 hour, you'll see we are on an uptrend, and you'll notice we're hitting resistance right around the 155 mark. And the reason being is because if we draw a line of resistance across the board, you'll see where that seems to have an effect. Right over here, we can even move this up ever so slightly. You can see how we've seen resistance in this area in the past, right here. And then as well as this top line here, you'll notice we've had resistance and support levels. So this is the next channel Litecoin is going to have to stay in, but honestly, we're making some pretty good momentum. My issue is, yes, we are trading sideways on the 4 hour, but we're very straight up right now. I want to see some consolidation. We're oversold. We're overbought on Litecoin right now in the 4 hour, which is okay, but I would like to see some sideways consolidation just to let that lower, if not a slight pullback. But you'll notice that we are following this line of support, so I'd like to see us maybe have a few more hours of consolidation, break into this channel here, and follow this for a little bit so that we can get some higher highs and lower the 4 hour overbought price so we can continue moving up. When we look on the daily right now, just to get a better view, Check it out, guys. Check it out. That is some beautiful, beautiful news that we are seeing. So obviously you can see this this chart, the pennant flag, and as you can see we broke out right next to E, which is very good news. And you can see what exactly we are doing. We are right now retesting the high-low middle moving average. Like I said in the past, I told you it was coming. Here we are. We are not yet currently overbought on the RSI on the daily chart, which is good news, but you'll see. We are retesting that high-low middle moving average. Will we be able to break this? It's possible. Let's check out the TD sequential to see what candle we are on. We are on the 5th candle. So it is possible to end on a 5th candle with a reversal. We got to see if we can close above the 4th candle. But if we can break above, we might be able to retest that that red band right here and kind of chill in between here. But basically, we are going to face some resistance right now, being so that we are basically attacking this high-low middle moving average on the daily chart. So there's going to be a lot more resistance being compared to the 4-hour that we were able to break above so easily. But we may see a pullback maybe down to the 140 region, which isn't too bad. Or we may continue up. It'd be nice to see us break above here and kind of chill in the middle. What I'm looking to see and hoping is that we can break above here and stay in this channel, because this channel is right in between these high-low middle moving averages. So if we can stay in between here and hover in this channel, it would be very, 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 very good for Litecoin. But definitely bullish on Litecoin right now, guys. We broke up. That's what we were anticipating. A lot of people thought we were going down, but that's not what it's looking like. Checking out the weekly right now. Obviously, you can see what is happening. The weekly looks very nice. You can see we had a, holy cow, a pennant flag formation, a breakout. We had these 2 dips right here, and now we're pulling up again. You can see this band at the bottom, a strong line of support that we started all the way back on November 27th, and we came up point A, B, C, D, and E. And hopefully this is a lot clearer, being that the Elliott wave triangle is now on the weekly. You can see where exactly these points are. So I know a lot of people were asking me, well, where do you draw your points? How do you know that's where you're supposed to draw them? If you look at the weekly right now, it should be clear as day where these points are. You know, you start with a 0, you go A, B, C, D, and now E. It's very, very, very clear. We can even move D right around here. And you can see the breakout, and we are now breaking upwards. So the potential that it has, if we just graph this by starting at the bottom, hold on, this is not the right one. We go to price range, we take the bottom, and we can scale it up all the way to that top. This is a 459% jump. You can see clearly, well, it's a little higher. So right here, you can see we start at the breakout and we move all the way up to the top point. That's a 460% gain. Now what you do is you scale that from the breakout point right now, which would be right here, and we move this up to a 460% gain. And we can then calculate what the price could potentially be. So we go up to 460% gain. That is a 728 Litecoin. So this is my price prediction in the next coming days. You can see how steadily this shot up. And take note, guys, at what exactly is happening right now. You can see we shot up like that, and these candles became much wider. And you'll notice we haven't had much wide candles in quite a long time. But you'll notice now these candles are starting to get bigger as we go up. You can see 1, 2, 3, and then they get longer. 1, 2, 3, now they're getting longer. Are we kind of doing the same thing? It's very possible, because if we just scale back a few days, a few weeks, you can see we had the same type of pattern. We had the uptrend, and then we fell, and up again, and we fell. And there's even a small Elliott wave. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if we draw We could go 1, A, 0, A, B, C, D, E. Just like that. And then we broke up. And that's interesting because they go smaller and smaller and smaller. Obviously, I'd have to zoom in. But you'll notice it's very similar to this one. And we are just simply calculating the percentage of this jump. We could even play it safe and bring it all the way down to here and say it's a 360% jump, right? So we can then scale this down to 360, and we're still looking at a $600 Litecoin. The potential is there, guys. So don't be sitting on this. The potential is there. Looking at the way this breakout is, the fact that we broke up and not down is a very, very, very good sign, at least to me. And what's also very beautiful is what I wanted to point out, and I know some people had questions on this. I just want to delete these because they're kind of in the way. Is if you check out this breakout right here. So you can see we started here. Actually, let's go all the way back. Right here, the price was $48, and this is where we were. We were at 55 on the RSI. Then we scaled up right around here. We broke the RSI and became overbought right at around $77. Then we became extremely overbought at a price of $419, being at the top point here. Now, if we look at where we are right now on a weekly, we are at 50. It means we were perfectly in line, and the potential can go either way. Like, there is plenty of potential to continue upwards. And looking at that, if we were to go up that high, we would have the space to do so, which is very nice to see. So definitely my price prediction for Litecoin to see it hit around $500 to $700, if not higher. But I want to say firmly a $500 to $700 Litecoin would be my price prediction in 2018, now that we broke up. Obviously, there's going to be some consolidation, and it's going to take some time. But I think in due time, we will see this reach that. You can see we're starting this uptrend. We're facing resistance now due to the daily. So I believe I'm just going to leave this on here so we can see what exactly is happening as we start to fight the high-low middle moving average on the daily. Moving on to Bitcoin now, guys. Kind of the same story. Bitcoin almost at $9,000. That's beautiful. We broke out. You can clearly see this massive breakout. You can see the high-low middle moving average. The green band is now chasing after the price. We are extremely overbought, though, on the 4-hour chart, which is interesting. But you can see we are now facing resistance at the $9,000 level. And if I just scroll back ever some, you'll notice how much resistance is at. It's a mental barrier for Bitcoin. $900 is an extreme mental barrier. So basically, you can see all this resistance at the $9,000 level as we go back. All of this resistance. We even came back down to retest 9,000. So it's definitely something that we're going to have to pay attention to on whether or not we can break it. I'm fairly confident we will, but I'm now going to zoom out to the daily. And again, like I said to you guys weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I told you if we break out, we are headed for the high-low middle moving average, and that is exactly what we are doing. We broke out of E, and look where we're headed, guys, right to that high-low middle moving average. We are running and chasing it non-stop. Full sprint ahead. I want you guys to take note that we are not overbought on the RSI. We are actually at around 60. So we're not too overbought. We're getting into that range, but nothing to be worrisome of yet. And you'll notice that we are slightly retesting that $9,000. And this is going to be interesting, guys. We are on a slight uptrend, so we can use that as support to break it. But you'll notice that the high-low middle moving average is right at the $9,000 line. So that's two reasons of downwards pressure. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not we can break here. Obviously, what we need to do for Bitcoin is to break above 9,000 as our next barrier, and eventually 10. But 9,000 for right now. If we can break above $9,000, it'll be very, very, very nice place to use as support for Bitcoin. Now going to the weekly, so we can get an even broader look. You can clearly see a very similar breakout, Elliott wave triangle breaking us out for Bitcoin as well. And the potential here is out of this world too for this coin to go. You'll notice that we can go literally from, let's see, all the way from the bottom here right to the tippy top, 227% gain. And now we draw this at the breakout, which should be right here. And we go up 227%, right around there. And that is looking at around a $23,000 to $24,000 Bitcoin. Very possible, guys. $24,000 Bitcoin by the price range. The fact that we broke up and not down of this triangle is making me more and more bullish on the fact that those are obtainable goals. Very obtainable. Notice we are currently starting this uptrend. Again, we are at 50 on the RSI, so in a very good, strong position. You'll notice at this breakout point, when we broke up, we were already overbought. So the fact that we aren't even near overbought nor oversold, the potential is even more greater that we can go upwards. Moving on, I'm just going to set this back to the daily so we can watch this, or at least I can watch this later to see whether or not we can break it. But tonight's going to be a very strong night. I don't know how to word it. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to this market because this is a very iffy area that I'd like to see whether or not we can break these resistance levels. This will be a very nice time to watch it break. Ethereum as well. Look at this. We broke out here at $366. We're already at $620. Look at that breakout, guys. If you guys did not buy this breakout, I don't know what else there is. That is a beautiful planned breakout that I called a very long time ago. And guess where we're headed? Guess where we're headed? Exactly where I thought. The RSI, the high-low middle moving average. Exactly where I said it was going to go. You can scroll back 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. I've said we were headed to retest this high-low middle moving average. That's where we're headed. And it's the same deal for Ethereum. So we're testing this high-low middle moving average. Obviously resistance at around 650. If we can break above that and chill on the channel here, we'll be in a strong position. But you'll notice that Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are all in a similar boat. They're all kind of flowing with each other. So if we see more money move into the market, it's most likely going to end up in all three of these coins. Lastly, let's look at Syndicator quickly. Looking at the 4-hour, I'm just going to go out and look at the daily now. Close this for you guys so we can get a better screen. Interesting market. You'll notice the downtrend it has had for a very long time. Wow, very hard to draw. Seems like a new crypto due to it just starting over here. So with coins like this, it's very hard for me to graph. I do try though, because it does help some people out. But the fact that the RSI is just now the middle moving average is just now starting to form, it makes it increasingly more difficult to call where the coin is going to go. So my best advice on here is to not really get involved in ICOs because they're hard to track and plan out. But we are chilling on this high-low middle moving average, and the way the market's looking, I see the rest of crypto moving up too. Now there are resistance levels here, one being right around this area, so this is going to be a difficult area to break for Syndicator. So definitely be mindful of that. Another thing to notice is that there is a small uptrend that is forming. So also pay attention to this. We'll see whether or not we can break that. Obviously, the next candle is now below it, so we'll see. Hopefully that has helped you guys out. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Happy hodling.